Hey y'all, I'm Lynnie with Sunflower Spirit Tarot, and I am here with a love and romance reading. The significant signs for today's reading are Pisces, Cancer, Aquarius, Leo, and yeah, I think that's it. So you don't have to be those signs or have those signs in your chart in order for this message to resonate with you. But if you do, it's probably going to hit you a little bit harder. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become an official sunflower. And to all of my returning sunflowers, welcome back. I am so happy to have you, and I'm honored for another opportunity to read for you. So I hope this resonates, and I hope that it gives you the comfort, confirmation, or clarity, whatever it is that you are looking for at this time. We start today's reading with the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Cups. Delusional, honey. Okay, I see you having been stuck. Now, this is the past energy, okay? Having been stuck in a situation that was almost keeping you from experiencing joy, keeping you from experiencing happiness, specifically as it related to your friends, your friendship group, your social circle, or the people that you were dating at the time. So the Eight of Swords could represent a job. It can represent life circumstances. It can represent a mindset, okay? And it can also represent a relationship in which you felt bound, or a relationship where your partner isolated you from your friends and your family and all of that kind of stuff, just so they could have more control over you, or more control over the way that you think or the decisions that you would make and stuff like that. You came out of this situation because you realized that there was better out there, right? You were miserable where you were, and you knew that you know happiness. Okay, I don't know how else to say that. You know happiness, you know joy. Those things are very close to you. Okay, I see you being kind of somebody that people would perceive to be like innocent in a way, or childlike in a way. Not childish, just very, I don't know, just very pink and pastel and very happy and bubbly, that sort of thing. I see you being that kind of person. And when you were in this situation, whether it was a past job, past relationship, even a past friendship, okay, it doesn't matter what it was keeping you from experiencing the happiness and the joy that you had experienced before without this person, or without this situation, or without this relationship being a part of your life. You wanted to return to the part of you that felt innocent and pure and just wanted to have fun and all of these sorts of things. And it took some time for you to get back to being yourself. I don't know how long ago you separated yourself from this person, but I know that it took some time. Okay, I know it took some time to get you back to feeling like yourself. You may not even feel like you're at 100% right now. You may not even feel like you are totally healed, or like you have totally moved on from that situation or that relationship. I do think that it was very impactful for you. I do think that that relationship that you were in, or the circumstances that you were in, were very significant. And those things were almost like a pressure cooker, and it was squeezing you and squeezing you and squeezing you. And I just feel like you just got to a point where you had to explode, or you had to, like, I don't know. It's like somebody was trying to make you small and make you small and make you small. And then eventually you just kind of like burst out of the packaging that they were trying to put you in. I'm so bad with like metaphors and stuff, you guys. I hope you can understand what I'm saying. I hope that we're on the same page if you're resonating with this. It's just something that like was keeping you bound, or keeping you confined, or keeping you restricted from living your best life and doing things that brought you joy and enjoying things that you wanted to. Maybe people made fun of you for liking what you like. Maybe people made fun of you for enjoying the things that you enjoyed. Maybe people tried to make you feel like you were silly or childish because you liked certain things. Okay. And whatever situation or circumstance that you were in that made you feel that way, that you had to shrink yourself, you're no longer in that situation or that circumstance anymore. You're no longer in that place where you feel like you have to keep holding it back, and you can't be your true self, and you can't be authentic, or you can't express yourself, or you can't, follow your heart's desire and things like that. You moved on from that place. Like I said, it took you a while. You may not even be at 100% yet. You may not feel like you're at 100% yet, but you have grown so much. There is so much spiritual growth here, as well as emotional growth as well. You also understand that it's possible for you to have relationships with people without expecting anything in return, or without being a people pleaser, or without doing too much. You can just go out and enjoy everybody's company. You don't have to be the planner. You don't have to be the group parent. You don't have to be the one who's always making the decisions, or you don't have to be the one that's the fly on the wall, or sitting in the back of the crowd, or hoping nobody notices you. It's okay for you to participate. It's okay for you to take up space in this big, beautiful world, because the world needs your light. I'm going to just tell you that right off the bat. The world needs your light. The more you keep putting yourself out there, it could even be on social media, right? You could be a cosplayer, or you could be somebody who does things like that other people might frown upon, or, look at you differently for. Embrace that. Embrace your authenticity, because we need that in this world full of people who just want to be homogenous and sad. Okay, we need your joy, we need your color, we need your light, and all of those wonderful things. The more that you shine, as you're out here shining, setting examples, not just for the people close to you, but for people who don't even know you. They look at you and they say, if she can do that, I can do that too, right? If she's having fun, if she's creating, if she's enjoying her life, their life, sorry, I don't mean to be too binary, but if you're enjoying your life, then I can do that too, right? You're inspiring people just by being who you are. I think that you're also exposing yourself to different kinds of people who maybe didn't get to see you before, or people who didn't expect this side of you to be so vibrant or be so loud or take up so much space. You're getting a lot of attention and people don't really know what to make of it. Okay. There are people who know you, who are close to you, who are still trying to decide how they feel about this. How does this play into your love and romantic life? Because before, when you were trying to stay stuck in this box, or trying to be this perfect person, or trying not to make too many waves, or trying to be small so everybody feels comfortable around you, you weren't attracting the people who are attracted to the authentic version of you. It's like two different sets of people. Okay. This group over here is probably manipulative, controlling, has to be the star, or the has to be the number one all the time. They have to be the protagonist in even your life, right? And this group over here that's attracted to the more confident, the brighter, shinier, more fun, more fully embodied you, is a whole different set of people. So you are now, like, that's what I mean by you're exposing yourself to a whole different set of people, a whole different group of people, just by being more of who you are and embodying your authenticity a lot more fully. That's how it's playing into your dating and romantic life. Now, I don't see anybody specific on the cards. I just see you having a whole lot of fun. I see you having a whole lot of fun. I see you getting a lot of attention. You might be having, a little fun, that we can't really get too explicit about. You might be having situationships, doing little things, hooking up and just having a blast. There's not any one specific person on the spread right now who I can say, oh, this person for sure is coming at you. I just think you have lots of options. Okay. And it's like you haven't really settled on anybody, or there's nobody in particular who's actually caught your eye like that. You know what I'm saying? You might just also be enjoying your freedom and you don't want to be tied down anytime soon. I want to clarify this, the Eight of Swords, please. Can we clarify the Eight of Swords? We have the Knight of Wands. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. And the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. It could have even been your family that made you feel like you had to be this alternate, safe, conditioned version of you. When you're really this Knight of Wands, you're somebody who's so full of life and so full of passion and so full of creativity and inspiration. And you were holding that back all this time. You were holding your beautiful self back all this time. I feel like you're blossoming. You're coming into yourself. You're coming into your own. And that's a really important place for you to be right now. Okay. You have youth on your side. And even if you don't have youth on your side, you have an outlook on life that is like where pain has touched, but cannot like, how can I say this? Poison. Pain has touched this part of you, but it can't poison it. Like nobody is able to steal your joy. Nobody's able to convince you that life isn't worth living. Nobody's able to tell you that you can't be yourself and you can't be out here shining and all that kind of stuff. You're not putting up with that anymore. You're not dealing with that anymore. In your past, you might have dealt with a lot of narcissistic personalities, or like I said, people who didn't really want to commit and all that kind of stuff, and people who just want to keep you small. And now that's not happening anymore. Let's talk about the High Priestess here. Let's talk about the High Priestess. It's like, even though you're in this place that you don't really you don't really know where you are, or you don't really know what you're doing. You're just feeling it out. You're just staying present and you're just having a good time. There's so much that you don't know. You're moving into a whole new phase of your life. This is a phase of your life that you have been working for, investing in, and trying to get to. You're moving into this new phase of your life, which is going to open you up to meeting new people and having new experiences and trying new things and all this kind of stuff. I see your energy just being very beautiful right now. So if you're interested to see if you have any specific prospects, I would say not right now. There are people who definitely have their eye on you. There might be a lot of people, several people who are watching you online, especially if you are a content creator of some kind. They are keeping their eye on you very closely, just hoping for an opportunity, hoping for a shot with you, hoping to get a chance with you. But I also see you being kind of like, whatever comes my way comes. I'm willing to learn on the spot or learn as I go. I just want to live my life and I just want to have a good time. I just want to enjoy myself. So if this is affecting your prospects in the sense that people can probably tell that you are just trying to have a good time, people can probably tell that you just want to party and let your hair down and be who you are, or just express yourself in creative ways that you've never done before. Because I know some of y'all are probably like, I'm a homebody, I don't go out. Well, I just mean like the energy that you have inside feels like a party. It feels like joy. It feels like happiness. It feels like fullness. And people will probably look at you also with that kind of added layer of this innocence or this kind of naivete or this kind of like, I don't know, this childlike energy, right? They also probably look at you and see that too. So for them, it's like you just seem like somebody who's just trying to have a good time, somebody who's just out for a good time. So I don't think there's anybody who's really in your energy who's like, oh, I want that to be my wife, or I want that to be my husband, or anything like that. But if that's what you're looking for, I think, shoot, it could happen. It could happen. Let's clarify one more before we go here. Let's clarify the Three of Cups. We have the Lovers. Okay, so I think this is representative of you really wanting to make that kind of connection with somebody, of you really wanting to be special to someone, or you really wanting to have that special someone for yourself. I see you, and this is Gemini energy, I see you really putting yourself out there and wanting to have experiences that you haven't had before, so that you can meet somebody who's a bit more aligned with who you already are. You're willing to take offers, to make offers, put yourself out there in ways that you've never put yourself out there before, in search of something long term. But right now you're just having a good time. And when you do come into alignment with the person or the people who you could potentially have a long-term partnership with, you will know, you won't miss it. So if that's something else that you've been concerned about missing it, about missing the signs, or about missing the signals, or about missing out on somebody because you're just having too much fun, when you meet these people, when you meet this person, you will know you will not miss it. This is what I have for you guys. I hope that this was helpful or enlightening in some way. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I will be with you next time.